Thank you, Woman. Thank you, Woman. Wow. Welcome. What an honor to have you on
Thank
our
you.
live show. Woman, I have been your fan for actually many years.
Oh,
Yes. I used to teach music appreciation at a college for like 15 years,
yeah.
and then I inserted Chinese music in. So then when I teach Chinese music, I do research on all instrument. I let my students learn what's pipa, what's erhu, uh what's the other instrument? I think dizi, yeah. So anyway, then I saw so many of your videos and your clips, and I started following you. And you have documentaries. So, Woman, let me introduce my guest, Woman, to our guest here. If you want to find out Woman's biography, it's really incredibly accomplished, long. Her website is womanpipa.org. But I'm not going to read her biography today to you right now. I want to read just the two very nice, what do you call, critics 评语. Critics talk. Okay, this is from Musical America. She is the very model of a modern soloist, but more importantly, her work is part of a big step in the evolution of Western classical music. Thanks
Wow.
to her, the pipa is no longer an exotic curiosity, let alone a complete mystery. That's from one of the reviewer. And then the other one is from Gramophone magazine. It says, in if any one artist has become an ambassador for multiple artistic communities, it's the vibrant pipa master woman, a one woman force of nature. She is a key figure, not only for bringing Chinese traditional music to new audiences, but in becoming a muse for all manners of contemporary composers, from Tan Dun to Terry Riley. Bravo.
Wow. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo.
Well, that tells all, basically that's telling, oh, this lady is the, hard worker, busy, and that's it, right? So
Hard work,
she's,
hard work.
yeah, she's not lazy. She's
Yeah.
doing things.
But not only hard work. I see you as really a pioneer of in bridges between Chinese music and Western music and contemporary music, because I don't know how many Chinese instrumentalists does the way you do things. So would you please, first of all, tell us a little bit of your background, please?
Well, I was born in China, grew up in China, as you, same as you. My hometown actually very close to your hometown, Shanghai. But I grew up in Hangzhou, which is beautiful city with the West Lake, and we eat rice. We don't eat dumplings. Mostly we eat rice. And I went to music school when I was 12. I started playing music instrument when I was 9 years old. And then by the time 12, as soon as you got into music school, that means, okay, this is you're gonna be be a musician forever.
Yeah.
That's your life. So I stayed in Beijing, the conservatory, for over 10 years from middle school to college, and I got my bachelor degree as well. And I came to United States in 1990, which is 30 years ago. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I haven't been.
Long time ago.
I know, God.
Yeah.
And then just love music and do a lot of different things. Introduce this Chinese people, and you just saw, and to the new audiences, new world, and they try to I'm not gonna put a bigger words, like okay, my responsibility of Chinese tradition. No, that not. Just try to be live, try to be survive,
Mhm.
try to be a musician,
Right.
be passionate about true music, and
Right.
also to see, challenge myself, like how I'm gonna go, how far I can go,
Yeah.
for how long I can survive. That's it.
So give us a quick tutorial of what pipa is, because I think people know you, people from China knows what pipa is, but some of our audiences, they are Americans, they are globally from different places, and perhaps they don't know. So would you just give us a quick tutorial, please?
All right. I thought you all know. And you came to this show. um, you
No,
are
no,
supposed
maybe
you
not.
are
Maybe
supposed
not.
you
Yeah.
are supposed to know. But anyway, so just kidding, just kidding. So actually it's better to see this is so close, and
Uh-huh.
usually on the stage you kind
Yeah.
of far away. So you see the 4 strings, right?
Yeah.
And with all the bamboo frets, it's a pear shaped, right? It's a
Yeah.
pear shaped,
Uh-huh.
and it's quite a flat.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
a flattened guitar,
Uh-huh.
but it's a
It,
heavier.
it's heavy. How many pounds?
I don't know, over 10,
That's
over 10.
heavy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
over 10.
Yeah.
Imagine I carry this, travel everywhere at the airport, sometimes chasing flights. It's so awful. um, and the tuning is ADA. We play with the 5 fingers on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
so
Do, re, so,
yeah,
A,
la
B,
re mi la,
do, re, mi, la.
la re mi la.
Oh,
Yeah, but especially you see the head. I don't know if you can see it.
uh-huh. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dragon head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And and
but it's
now,
old. It's a very old instrument. Talk
mhm,
about history. It's 2,000 years old.
mhm,
From Central, actually introduced from Central Asia.
mhm,
So this is not Chinese invented. It's been existing in China for more than 1,000 years, but
mhm,
it's related with the wood, lute, banjo, guitar,
mhm.
all those biwa as well. So it's
Yeah.
all string plucking instrument.
Right. And your instrument is considering plugging instrument, like imagining like a guitar player in Western, they play guitar. But guitar is much more mellow, kind of a acoustic sound. And your instrument, not only you do those rolling, you can actually make many different timbres on your instrument. You could do more sort of a articulated, like a very forceful, very dynamic sound. And also you can also utilize like the wood part. Sometimes I see
Mhm.
people hitting the wood to make a sound. So show us some of the sort of a different kind of a timbre from your instrument.
So that you're talking about actually a lot of like technique
Mm,
involved,
mm,
the playing style or technique.
mm.
So are we doing a lesson today?
No, just a little bit, just a little bit.
um,
Just
um,
have our
yeah.
audience to get used to the sound. Yeah.
So we know guitar also
Mhm,
use the fingers and or this hand similar, put
mhm,
on between the frets,
mhm.
and then right hand doing that's called tremolo. That's not called that's called tremolo.
Oh, true.
So the 5 fingers.
Is it
Uh,
called rolling?
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's called rolling. Okay. um, sorry. If I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah.
If I do. So that's
Mhm.
that's rolling. So you do it faster. 5 fingers. So and then you add the left hand. Play the melody. So this hand's a lot of bending notes.
Mm-hmm.
That's typical Chinese music.
Mm-hmm.
The style, the language, it's very
Yeah.
different than Western, you know.
Right.
And you talk about a lot of percussive sound also between, you know, hit, you know, hits.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all the
Right.
palm of fingers.
Right.
You know those sounds.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
sound.
Very
Um,
interesting. Very
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
So to me, it's a quite a fortune to play this instrument because
Mm-hmm.
you know such a unique sound you can produce. But the other hand, it's very very difficult.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really difficult. I'm telling you, so difficult.
So I am fascinated by your artistry. Not only your great virtuoso on your instrument, and you came to this country, and then very shortly after, not few, like 2 or 3, maybe the most 4 years, you already started to collaborate with Kronos String Quartet. And tell us a little bit about how are you always very, what do you call, entrepreneurial? Are you always like looking for new sound to collaborate with? And how does all these like new contemporary composers or you yourself would thought about writing music for yourself and the string quartet or other instruments?
Well, yeah, you know, this has always happened two sides, right? If you like it, other people don't like it, will never happen. So it's always like that. And when I was in school, you know, I'm the person more curiosity always, even in the college, in school, I always try to you know, play something differently or work with a composition department, my friends, do some new piece kind of for fun or just want to try out something. But also I listen to a lot of different kind of type of music. Um, but you know, since I moved to States, 1990, that's the opportunity gave to me, and I first time I played with the Kronos Quartet. I still remember vividly. I think 1992, if I'm right. Wow, it's long time ago. And that was the first time in my life I really played with a Westerner. You know, what we call 老外.
老外 ngà kuning. Ngà
Yes.
kuning.
First time in my life, you know, we always heard the record, you know, Beethoven Symphony. In school, you have to learn, and you know, okay, American musician or even Isaac Stern visited us in later 80s in our school, but that was 1992. That was the first time I really sit next to each other with a ngakuning, with a foreigner.
Foreign devil.
And to make music together, and also the piece is contemporary piece by wrote by Zhou Long, a wonderful Chinese composer. He's also teacher at the Missouri, I believe Missouri University.
Right.
Yeah, conservatory there. And it was very, very new to me, that experience. I was so nervous. I was a sweat. You know, I barely speak English. Everything I just knock my head. No, yes. And looking at the music score, because you know, you understand that the Chinese traditional music, we just solo. We are soloist.
Yeah.
And that's the
Segue. Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Is it Chinese instrument? I remember is like you read Jianpu. Is that true?
I read both. Yes,
Oh, okay.
I read Jianpu and Western.
But you also do Western
notation.
way. Okay.
Notation.
Oh,
I
okay.
read both notation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I mean talking about Chinese instrument department. Do you guys get trained in both way, reading
Yeah.
both way? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
In
Cool.
Beijing, yes. In Beijing, yes. I don't know other schools. Yeah, we
Okay.
definitely. I even learned piano for 5 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't too bad. My
Okay.
piano teacher once wanted me switch to major, be a piano. I said, no way.
Okay, so you were saying, sorry, you were saying side by side, you were reading these,
Yeah, I mean
music.
that experience gave to me really a kind of a turning point. So
Mhm,
I understand what
mhm,
is the sort of contemporary modern music,
mhm,
that concept,
mhm, mhm,
how the Chinese classical instrument,
mhm,
and with the Western classical instrument, both actually old instrument classical, how we're gonna work together.
mhm.
Right after we premiered on the stage, and afterwards, audience's standing ovation. That moment, um, I said, yes, I found it. I found a new way
Mhm.
to let my instrument living in the new world.
Right. Awesome. So I have heard you before, of course, but these days, I study you even more. I listen to pretty much every recording.
No. Oh, oh my
Yeah.
God, scare me, scare
Everything,
me.
pretty much everything online. And one work you did, I really like it a lot, is the one you were with 2016. You played a solo piece after Shanghai Quartet. It's at the Wesley College.
Mm,
是不是春江花月夜是吧? You did.
probably, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was really,
Pudong
yeah. and
classical
and
piece.
you and you have this great sense of storytelling, and your sense of timing is so just like comfortable. Like when I'm listening to you, it's almost feel like I'm breathing with you. So it's just
Wow.
yeah, it's just there. It's, I think, that kind of a natural sense. It's not something one learns. I think. What do you think? I think it's a comes with your body. And
Yeah, I think God gave the gift.
yeah,
That's gift
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
That's all Chinese say. 老天爷赏的.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, I agree with you that that thing I don't think could training. Other than that, it's okay. You can practice. You can train. Be play in the instrumentalist. You'll be very great at the technique. Everything is perfect. But how can you really touch audiences or touch yourself musically?
Mm-hmm.
That's another topic. That's sometimes it's hard to put on word to explain that, but
Right.
somehow you feel that.
Yeah.
So anything I go to concert, I experience with any musician or symphony or even composition, you
Mm-hmm.
can tell that's the talent So
Yeah.
I thank you for bringing that. It's a I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. People say, "Wow, you're good at timing." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I feel it. I don't
Yeah.
know. Can you explain that?" I said, "I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I can sing for you. I
I
can
think it has to
sing."
do with the breathing, and also has to do with mentally you are telling a story. So the rhythm is such, you time your rhythm really efficiently and smartly, and deliberately, without knowing you are giving your audience this kind of a sense of story acceptance. So remarkable. Now, interesting. You have audience. We have 18 people now joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. And you can ask questions if you want to. Some people make comments. I put it here. You can see.
Oh
woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nick, Nick,
Um,
Nick mentioned didn't know Pipa was 2,000 years old.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
not particular my one. I mean, talking about history.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish it 2,000.
Nick is my friend. He has a degree in history and religion. Yeah. So I want to tell you guys, woman has a great presence online. Her website is womanpipa.org, and she's also on Twitter. She's on Facebook, and she's on Instagram. So you guys, people who are here, a lot of them, they are very, very active social media. So now talking about your discography, you have made more than 40 of them, and that's really remarkable. Can you share with us a little bit about you are the co sort of a what do you call founder for the Silk Road project? Can you tell us a little bit about that project, please?
Oh, I'm the I would say like yeah, the founding member. Ooh, that's what we
Oh,
call.
founding member.
Something like yeah. I mean that means very old. Yeah.
You're old. I am
join
old too.
join
Mm,
the group in the
yeah,
very
yeah.
beginning. So
Hmm.
it's been over 20 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember my son was only 2 years old, and now he's graduated from this year class of 2020. So how long
Wow.
is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
it's been great experience with this unique group, um, and also have great opportunity to learn from Yo-Yo, and to not only the musically, artistically, but also as a person.
Hmm.
And I made a lot of friends from all through those years, and all my friends all over the place, and friends from Iran, from India, and, from all the Central Asia and Europe and America,
Hmm.
um, and Asia. And I think sometimes music, um, you have to sort of be, yes, you mentioned it, like be a comfortable, be a understanding. And so this project we've been, I don't know, we're still going on very strongly. And first years when we started, like 2000 or even 1999, I remember we were talking about like 3 years project, only 3 years, and see we're still here, and give me a very emotional, and also musically, and kind of grow up with this group, become a more mature musician and human being.
Hmm. Right. So tell people who are not in music industry. Uh, we have some of your friends here. Wang Jie is here. Fred is here. Orange Seven is here. Nick, thank you. Tell us a little bit about what is the one phrase about the Silk Road project. Like how why Silk Road? What is your ultimate goal?
One phrase, crazy,
One phrase.
crazy, crazy, chaos.
That's funny.
That's
So
it.
chaos. Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, I think my interpretation. I don't know. Okay, my interpretation is you guys try to combine uh different instrument along the way, because Silk Road is very long from China to whatever, it's a very long ancient road that you're touching instrument from Western, from Middle Eastern, from Russia, from whatever, all those, all these words, and with Chinese instrument. And then Yo-Yo Ma, of course, I guess he's a major force, right? Of this project. So So you guys you would like travel around the world and just play music, and how fun is that?
Well, wow, this is a deeper question. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of musicians there. Okay, Fred, you're there, right? You're a longtime friend, and Jen, you're there. Musician people outside they will say, "Wow, so fun," but really not fun.
No.
No, I mean
Tell
fun
us.
in
Tell
the
us.
different.
Give
Well,
us some
fun
dirt.
fun in a different way.
Okay.
It's not like a fun, right?
Fun fun, no fun fun.
It's not like a fun. 好玩好玩. It's not like
Or
that.
对.
Really, I mean, from outside, people looking at it, we're happy. Depends on music, but deeply, I think everyone in the group, all the musicians actually, they all have their own thoughts. They all have their own deeply understanding and why they want to do this or why we want to do this. It's not only for fun. It's a fun, but it's touch people's heart in that way. So it also to me it's not just okay. Let's have a pipa and let's have a piano put together. No. It's not like we threw things together. Everything is really carefully thought about. Each project, have some meaningful behind. We did a hero project. We did even each person in the band, we call band, okay, or member, they have their own project, their own cultural background. Each very strongly. They all very strong. So it's all great on. Okay, we want to do this. Let's try. So it's more like that. It's like anyone's life. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes fun, sometimes frustrated.
Yeah. So because the coronavirus right now, so I guess lots of your project, your touring, your performances are all canceled. And can you touch base a little bit about how you deal with this? Because I know you have a concert in Canada, concert in Singapore, concert in China, in Beijing, in Opera House. Doing these incredible piece. I think you're playing with a piece written by Zhao Jiping and Zhao Long. It's like a father-son team, and then they actually Zhao Long wrote something new for you, right? So tell us a little bit about your collaboration with these Chinese composers, and then what's going on right now when the concert has to be canceled. What do you do with those dates?
Well, yeah, I'm canceled a couple of months concert. I don't want to count. I don't want to, I suppose gonna play in the National Grand Theater in Beijing. I was a artist in residency for that, the egg, we call the egg, the Grand Theater in Beijing, NCPA. That was gonna be my closing concert with the orchestra. I have 2 nights concert with the 2 concertos. One is with the Zhao Long, that you mentioned, is a cello and the pipa double concerto, and the which I premiered with the Yo-Yo with the New York Philharmonic last year, and the other is with the pipa, also concerto with the Canadian Vincent Hall new piece, which is premiered in Toronto. Toronto Symphony commissioned that piece, so it's gonna be well planned, and it's all canceled anyway. You mentioned Zhao Long and Zhao Jiping. That's a son, father and son. it's excellent and Chinese composer based in China and is still very actively. And the father is I premiered his Pipa concerto, second Pipa concerto, all over the place, and including at least 10 or dozen American symphony orchestra, and was premiered in Sydney with the Sydney Symphony. So that's all kind of like a big concert with the concerto. But on the side, I have a lot of solo recitals or with the traditional music. It's hard. It's really hard. It's all canceled. At the beginning, as you mentioned, how I feel at the beginning, of course, and kind of frustrated and kind of no hope. I just don't know what to do. Every day got message like, oh, sorry, oh, sorry. And and now I feel like I just faced to it. I see all the musicians, all the artists, they're very actively online and teaching and study and share something like I did Papa Pipa project.
Oh yeah. That's so much fun. Papa Pipa, yeah. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Just with all my friends all over the world, from Europe to Central Asia and to in the States, even my neighbor in San Diego. So the idea is, okay, this is actually a good time to learn the computer, whatever code online. I never done this before, so kind of learn that, but also we keep in touch with each other and we try something new and feel so happy actually to do that and also put together and post on Facebook and see all the people say, yes, we like it, that's crazy, or loved it. It's kind of rewarding to me, although,
What kind of software do you use for pop-up?
And that's a good question. I didn't do that. I have my friend. Okay. I think that they do iMovie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You mean you first of all get the musician play by themselves and then give you the video, then you put together.
Yeah, I put it my heads and I play. Cool. So that you already saw the music. Sometimes I use music score. Sometimes just improvisation. It's a hard because we never experienced that and gradually kind of learn how can we put together, how can we play together without seeing each other, without really sit next to each other. But that's the one way to make music together and to share with the audience, with watching people can watch.
Right. Now, again, you're like a pioneer of in your field, because I just don't think there's so many people are doing the same thing as you are doing. So as a teacher, as an educator, I know you have positions in China, like 3 institutions. You are the guest professor, all professor. So how do you guide your student for their development? Eventually, what do they do? Say if they are the last year at the conservatory, how would you guide them?
Wow, you give me all so difficult questions.
Is it difficult? It's not difficult.
In some ways, it's difficult.
就是你跟你的学生应该怎么说？
I don't want to be too negative. That's why I said it's so difficult. No. It's a totally different world. It's a totally different system. You know that. Yes. Sometimes it's hard to go for it, to say, okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we try that? It's hard because you have to go a lot of different layers and finally, hit there, and then to really student, I don't know if they can make change or not, but it's a lot of very great students in China. They're so talented, but just need a guide uh, to to I don't know how to explain that, because I don't want to say I'm doing right, but my experience not necessarily fit everyone, right? So in the kids, in the young student, if they have that talent, they have that thinking, and they could make it. Otherwise, stay there.
Yeah.
So, and I tried to. This time, because this pandemic time, so I gave a kind of lecture online and give to students. Basically, something like you just talk to students and to tell them my experience, how my thinking about Chinese music or music. And if they can take in, they can understand what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I cannot say too direct. Yeah, but and it's great. I mean, really, so many talented students, and I'm very happy to work with them, and especially I did a lot of workshop. I invited all my musician friends and to give a workshop, give week-long workshop, lectures, concert tour. Students are very, very excited. They're loved it, but too bad this year we didn't, we couldn't go. Actually, next month that was gonna be, planned to go, but yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Now, I was just been thinking about actually many years ago, a filmmaker friend of mine in New York, and mentioned about you long time ago. Said, "Oh, look, look, woman is doing, this and that, and they'll say you can do that too. But I don't think it's that simple, to just say because so and so did that and you can do that too. Because 中国人说 Chinese people say 就要 talent 还有 opportunity 对吧？要有机会，要有 So do you find yourself not only of course your personality is just the way you are, you're bubbly, you're creative, you are open-minded, but do you find yourself like did the right thing at the right time, so you are in a really awesome path?
No, really? No. I
Yes.
don't. No, that's what you think, but I don't.
Okay.
I never really never thought about that.
Interesting.
To me, just I feel like, okay, when you're young, when you're 20 in your 20s, you do the things you're 20 do.
Right.
So when you're 30, when you're 40, so now at my age, my son already graduated from college, and I'm doing things I will think, okay, how many years I can on the stage can be touring. So if I'm not touring, what am I gonna do? So that's I started to think. Before that, I never thought about. I just feel like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. Especially when I heard some music, because some musician, they're so good, and just I'm like, I need to work with this guy or something like that. I want to try that. So yeah, I never planned it. I never planned.
Yeah.
So now I think maybe I should have planned now. Yeah.
So
when I'm gonna be a grandma or something like that.
Grandma, yeah. So in general, how much you practice every day?
Good question. Actually, now I practice more, couple hours, because I have to match all the video they're doing. Oops. But could it be much, could it be better? I mean, I should practice more when I getting busy. But the practice, it's not like you're young student, you practice a scale. Well, scale, yes, but not the, like a main major everyday play. Getting there, put your instrument, some, tremolo, that's for sure. You have to kind of get your hands going on. Mostly I study pieces. And during the study pieces, that's the practice. It's practice with the music.
Yeah.
It's not separated.
Yeah.
So that's my stage right now.
I see. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, okay. Speaking of playing, can you play us something? Can you play us something now, please?
What?
Yeah, the introduction was too short.
Oh, you said it 30 seconds.
I know. Sorry.
I only see my right hand, left hand.
Oh yeah. You can make your computer more towards this way, towards you. Make the computer. Yes.
So my head is off.
Yeah. That's a fashion. Yeah, head
Oh,
chop is
that's
fine.
right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, chopping head is fine.
What do you want to hear?
Oh, I don't know. Something soulful. Something beautiful.
Your hometown, 茉莉花.
好.
Your hometown folk song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, actually, you and I were 老乡.
Yeah.
We're 老乡.
Yeah,
because
our hometown.
My ancestor is from Hangzhou. You're from Hangzhou. So 我老家是余杭.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 余杭. 对. So 我们关系又近了一步.
By the way, people from Hangzhou, especially girl from Hangzhou, the most beautiful girl in China.
Yeah.
Don't be jealous, okay?
Yeah.
That's it.
Supposedly.
That's me.
That's you. 对，美女，苏杭出美女，对。Beautiful. It's 这个跟那个茉莉花是不是you come out of there, right? 不是直接
Yeah, this is just my improvisation.
I know that.
Based on that style and that tune.
好一
No,
朵
no, no,
茉
no,
莉
no.
花，不是这
Oh,
个啊。
yeah.
你的当夜的夜的风，茉莉花，好一朵茉莉花，茉莉花。对，我有心爱一朵云花。
Yes. So this is the music from my hometown area, also Ching's hometown area. So when people drink tea, that's how I did the pop pipa, that tune. So those are kind of based on that scale. So people drink. This is a perfect time, later afternoon tea
Right.
time, and play this kind of music. So you hear so many kind of ornamentation on
Right.
my left hand. It's
Mhm.
especially.
Mhm.
When you push
作
out,
风不太好。作
right?
风不太好。
When you push out the notes and you coming back, you still
Yeah.
you do the little bit of vibrato there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of as soon as I heard that people
Mhm.
play people like that, I said,
Mhm.
wow, this is it. This is
Yeah.
the best player or good
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So it's the same thing as any instrument,
Yeah.
no matter what instrument you play, it's
Yeah.
the style, the
Mhm.
language. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you have played lots of concert in a lot of different venues and with different conductors and orchestras. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience? Like how do you prepare playing with a major orchestra? Do you get nervous, or do you, when you go on stage, you are on your best, or you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing the first note?
It's varies. It's of course nervous. I always nervous. In different way. Nervous in different way. Sometimes nervous, kind of excited, nervous. Sometimes really nervous. If you're really nervous, that means I didn't prepare well. But that won't happen. That not happen often. Yes. When I was young, yes. Most time I will try to go for it. Try to be my best, and try to present music. It's very, actually, your question is a great question. It's about player. How do you perform? It's not only musician, right? It's any performer. How do you prepare at the home for many hours, and how do you present on the stage or front of people? That will be cut percentage, right? If you prepare 100%, you're on stage probably 80%. That will be probably the best if you could keep that. Sometimes 50%. And so Chinese always say, right? 怎么说来着？台上几分钟 and 台下一辈子。You're gonna be whole life prepare and just for a few minutes on the stage. And my experience, definitely you need to know the music well. That involved the practice, and the way you practice also kind of critical. You need to think, you need to understand the music, you need to understand the structure, Especially the piece with orchestra, always new piece. Nobody played it before. I premiered. So how do you understand the composers, he or she, their background, and why they want have that passage there, why this melody? So you really have to understand the composer. So usually the musician, soloist, and the composer, they work together. I think in the future will be like that. So both sides understand. They understand your instrument language, and you understand why they want to write it like that. So and that part, if you kind of handle it well, and then how do you present on the stage? How do you deal with orchestra? Because with me, again, Chinese music, we're not training with a conductor. That's not our tradition, right? Most of Chinese tradition is solo or with a small ensemble and improvise, even not improvise in those days, just with a small ensemble. In my time, we never trained. There is a conduct, and to me also very new. 20 years, 30 years ago, I came here. There's conduct. I have to look at him or her and play. I'm like, what? Why? I want to play. Why I want to look at it? You tell me how to play. Right?
It's not in our bone,
Exactly. So you have to know what orchestration, why you play, if you melody, what they doing, what the strings, what the percussion, what the wind.
Right.
So that's quite challenging for me, and for a lot of, probably we say, traditional musician, traditional background. We're not training like that. But luckily, because I trained from conservatory, so in this part I'm okay. I can. But the third level is how do you dealing with yourself at so many things going on there? How do you concentrate in your music and presenting your music to audience, and and the audience will be great, will react. That's the most difficult part.
Right.
Usually it depends. Usually one opening, I will feel like, okay, this is it today. I'm gonna very good at today. The whole piece will be. A few notes at the beginning, I would say, oh gosh, today I'm kind of, mediocre.
Right.
Yeah, that's so beginning and ending. That's the most important.
Right.
Musician there, agree with me, right?
Right.
The beginning, how you catch the audience, and the ending, how you take audience away.
Right.
How do you, like you take them away to different place.
Right.
In the middle, if you made mistake, that's okay.
Right. Right. Middle is okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so many干货 today.
Yeah. Yeah. And how I discover you is, like I said earlier, I taught music appreciation, so I would do Google Pipa, and then it pops out lots of your recordings and your film. So I was really taken by a documentary you did. That's a few years ago. Like you took the whole crew back to your home and showed your countryside, and tell me about that. Like, how'd you make that project even possible? I'm like trying to be, filmmaker. I know how hard it is.
I actually really love documentary. Maybe when I'm not playing this music, not a musician. I also very interested to be a documentary.
Yeah. So how did the whole project come about, and then how did you do that?
Yeah. 2000, I don't know, 2005, I went back to China, something like that. First time I back to China with a bunch of musicologists in China. They asked me to what's called 采风 in English, 采风, like trip, but kind of all the composers, all the musicologists, they're doing their paperwork. They have
research,
sort of research. Yeah. So they organized that to northern part of China, which is Shanxi area, close to Xi'an, that whole area near Inner Mongolia, and so someone asked me if I'm interested. I said, yes, I'm interested. I never been that area. So that was my first time experience there. I stayed there like 20 days. Every day we went to village, small village, and we threw so many music. I heard in shadow puppet, that's for sure, and storyteller, and the local drama, and shichu, and folk songs, even Chinese rapper. It's so many things going on in the village. I feel like, oh gosh, how come I didn't know? I'm Chinese. I'm also sort of like a musician. How come I don't know that exciting those, especially northern part of China? Because I grew up in the sort of south, right, Hangzhou, Shanghai. And then I said I want to go back. So following year, 2008, I with a camera, documentary filmmaker, Italian guy, and two of us, and then there's one friend from Beijing. So just the three of us, we drove to the village, small village, which is I've been there before. So I just returned to, and I did a documentary film. We back and forwards for a couple of years, since 2008, 9, 10, sort of like 3 or 2 years. Every time I went back to China, basically I get out from airport, go to home in China, and pack my bag. And the next day we just drove to village, drove whole day left Beijing to, and then 20 days later I came back, doing my laundry, and take a shower. No, seriously, those village, there is no place.
Yeah.
Tell you later.
Yeah.
This was experience, and then just pack and get on back to California. That's it. A lot of places you never seen in your life. It's not like Beijing, Shanghai. You see in the TV, the China. It's totally different, which I loved that real and the raw, very raw. But also I love those music. They just much real than conservatory polished like traditional music. They're really real. So that's how I, 2 years ago, I invited Shadow Puppet Band tour the U.S. for 12 cities. That's one of the village. Zhao family, Hua Ying. Yes.
Wow. So the documentary you have made, 是不是叫什么 West 什么 East 怎么说记得吧？
Well, Discovery Heartland.
Discovery Heartland.
Yeah, woman return, rediscovery, sort of like return to China.
Yeah. Okay, so people can find that on your YouTube.
Amazon. YouTube will probably have some on some footage on YouTube.
Yeah. But by the way, when we talk about YouTube, we have 20 people here. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, which is Juhl Media right now, and don't forget to subscribe Woman's YouTube channel as well. And she's like she's a social media junkie. She does she does Facebook, she does Twitter, she does Instagram. Yeah, good for you.
Ching, that's not fair to say that. This is a special time, so I have nothing to do. That's why I'm on the social media. If you go to my if you go to my YouTube, you will see it's almost. I don't know. It's almost there. I registered there almost 10 years. I only have 900 people. So I basically I didn't care. I never touched that. So until this month, I posted.
Okay. 900 only. 900 is a lot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, some people are stay at 200-ish, or or 50, you know. Sorry. Anyway, but anyway, yeah. So now we have an audience. I ask people to ask questions. One person said, "I'm a fan of woman from Turkey. Look, it would be great if woman could play one of the pieces of what do you call that? Okay.
I don't know what is that piece. I'm sorry. If you send the music to Ching, I will play.
Yeah.
And she can post on.
If they can just hum, you know. Oh, can they post down? They can. Yeah, they can take a picture, you know, and then put it on here, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then there's another question from
Thank you.
another audience says, Peng Chen Li,
Have you brought Pipa on stage?
you have brought Pipa on the stage of United States. How do you feel that familiarity when American audience listen to Chinese? Are they really enjoy in or just seek novelty?
This is a question. I know who is this friend, but this is a very typical Chinese.
Yeah.
Don't you agree with me? Chinese always ask like, okay, what about Chinese music? What about American people think? Are they like it or they don't like? Always have the same kind of a question. But American audience never ask me, do you like American music? Right? They never ask me like, okay, Fred, did you ask? Never ask. You know, do you like? They always like. But anyway, what do you say, Ching? What do you say?
You have brought people to United States. How you feel the familiarity of? How do you feel the familiarity of America? I don't really understand that phrase. Sajio, how do you feel the familiarity of America?
I think yes.
I'm having a hard time understanding. Sorry.
I will answer that question. That one. When I first time have a solo recital in America, I'm still doing. So I always talk during the concerts, during the piece. I always explain to them, to audiences, tell them the piece background, tell them the title, tell the style. So kind of half solo recital, but half kind of a lecture mixed, sort of that kind of concert. I'm still doing that, and people loved it. And when you think a Chinese audience don't need that because you suppose they already know each piece, no, exactly the same thing. That's the similarity. I back to China. I give solo recital. I have to talk. I'm doing the same thing. And the audience came to me and said, we never thought traditional music concert could be like that. We really learned a lot. So many music we don't know. So that's the similarity. It's the same thing with American and not only American, Chinese or non-Chinese audiences. We all needed to introduce music, kind of little / solo performance / lecture.
Yeah, I used to play string trio. I did 10, 12 years when I first come to New York. We do a lot of modern works. And also, actually, I gave Chinese folk songs to composers. They do arrangement, write string trio for my trio. It's called Jade String Trio. And I always talk before each piece. And that just a very interesting thing led me the job, actually. I teach in St. Joseph's College. It's because I went to a concert. We presented a concert in the college. I talked before each pieces, and then I was hired at the college. Isn't that interesting? So I think overall, people do find comfort to listen to you explain the piece, especially if it's not a familiar. You don't have to explain too much Beethoven Ninth Symphony, but especially
But you may introduce to Chinese audience Beethoven Ninth Symphony, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not familiar with. But with answer the second question of Peng Chen mentioned, the Chinese, when the American audience or Western audience they listen to Chinese music, are they really enjoyed or they just kind of curiosity? sort of. But the actually the friend from Turkey already answered your question, Penton, because he or she, sorry, he's my fan. So so they
Yeah.
really enjoy and really respect. I'm thank you. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
Music it doesn't matter.
yeah.
Really, it's like you Chinese, you like jazz. Doesn't matter where or you're Japanese people crazy about jazz,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's really doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
really like it. They enjoy it, really truly enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lucia Zhu is our friend, is my friend, also Jazz friend. She says ASIK Turkish means in love.
Oh, what did that mean?
Do you know the song? I guess maybe it's a popular song, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Please, can you?
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so now would you like to play one more thing before we
Okay,
do the rapid fire?
okay. Are you gonna? Oh, you're not
Let's
gonna
do.
play your violin, huh?
No, really. No.
Viola.
Well, no, I didn't practice today. It's
Me
your
too.
show.
Oh my gosh. No, what I'm going to play?
Uh, mm, something soulful. That is beautiful. This is like a little bit
Don't know.
Middle Eastern flavor.
Well, yes, because I don't know the Turkish too, so I feel like something I really, just
Yeah, it's as close as to Turkish music.
no, it's just my own interpretation of
Yeah.
like
Beautiful.
that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Someone, Lucia was like interpreting, says he was born in the uh Savalian village of this place. I don't know how to pronounce, in the province of Savas. I guess Lucia
Ah,
did a googling for us. Yeah, and then she said,
oh,
yeah, a poet, a songwriter,
ah,
virtuoso, prominent. Wow, thank you, Lucia. Thank you.
wow, thank you so much. I'm
Yeah,
gonna Google later. Yeah.
yeah. Google later. So, are we ready to do a rapid fire?
Okay.
Okay.
快问快答. Oh,
对. Okay. I'm going to do a little game with our friend Woman. Oh, Woman, before I give you the question, I have another simple question, is that can you explain to me Woman, the man in Chinese? What does that mean?
barbarian. Wow. Rough. very rough.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did your parents like give you a name like that?
Yeah, actually, great name. This word, particular, we have a lot of different, we have similar pronunciation but different characters. So there's a particular one choose it because that's why Ching asked me. I 野蛮, right? 野蛮的蛮.
Yeah.
Never used for name in Chinese. I think the whole word only me, only I am only the one used my parents. The reason. Yeah, very interesting. The reason, because the time I was born during Cultural Revolution, right? So my parents thought, especially for their girl, they want to, when the girl grow up to the society, they want to be kind of strong, to be rough, not too, not too feminine. So that's to be more strong. So they give me that, but also more interestingly, because but there's three meanings. So this is the one. So the second one is there is菩萨蛮.
菩萨蛮.
菩萨蛮, it's the poem sort of like a format, like a 曲牌, okay, the 诗歌的一个格式, 一个 format. 菩萨蛮. 菩萨蛮 means the beautiful woman, talented, in the arts, sort of a goddess from West, from Central Asia, from Silk Road, 从西域来的菩萨蛮. So that's the one thing. So that's kind of I can touch a little bit of that part. But the third one is my family name is Wu. Wu in Chinese means what? No. Not. Right? Wu means no, not.
Yeah.
So basically, Wu man.
Yeah, 没有道理.
Not barbarian, not wild.
Very interesting.
I'm still very kind of feminine. Yeah.
Well, you are barbaric in your own way. It's not a bad word. You are not barbaric. You're brave. You're a brave soul. You're fearless.
坚强.
Yeah, you're fearless. Oh, sorry. We have one more question from our composer friend, Wang Jie. Nerdy composer question. Is there such a thing as perfect 21st century Pipa piece? What would the piece sound like?
Wang Jie, how can I answer that question?
She has to write one.
Waiting for you. Yes. 21st century is still many years going on.
Yeah.
So I am waiting for.
Oh.
What should be the piece sound like? There's nothing. It's all your imagination. Yeah. I'm not asking question on my.
他的 hubby 是那个于明. Do you know Yu Ming, cellist? Yu Ming went to Beijing Conservatory.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So Lucia is Yu Ming's wife.
What was the woman in the orchestra performing for Isaac Stern? I was playing solo. I played the solo piece, Dance of Yi, while in China. Not in the orchestra. I don't remember. No, I don't play in the orchestra. I was very, I don't know, 13, 14. I played solo for him. 彝族舞曲, that was I played. No, that's called 瑶族舞曲. Dance of Yao.
Not even close.
Ching totally messed up. Gosh. She's not Chinese traditional instrument player.
I know. We're like, we used to be very snobbish, and when we were in conservatory, I have to tell you that 我们就是管弦系的人, we don't really respect those years, right, to Chinese instrument. But then when I came to United States, I really fall in love with Chinese instruments, and so I teach Chinese music now also. So
it's the same thing. Like, I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's sometimes the beauty right next to you. and you just don't care.
Yeah.
And when the beauty left, you just missed. So it's the same thing when Hangzhou, my hometown, is so beautiful, and everyone said, "Wow, the most comfortable lifestyle, the food, everything." And I left. I went to Beijing. I did while I was in Hangzhou. I never, I right lit my house, my home just right next to the lake. So beautiful. I can just go to lake every day. But when I went to Beijing, and I really miss Hangzhou, and now I remember why Su Dongpo, have all the beautiful poem about Hangzhou.
Right.
Now I really miss Hangzhou. I really miss Hangzhou. But yeah.
Yeah. We do not often, appreciate things next to us. That's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So especially when you're young, you don't know
Yeah. So
enough.
now you miss the Chinese music. That's basically lived in your skin, in your blood.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I appreciate Chinese music and I love Chinese folk songs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Same as anywhere, a lot of American folk songs, so
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, question.
Okay, there. Rabbit.
Will be
We
never
need to be rapid. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You seem like an early ariser. What do you eat for breakfast?
Congee and a mantou.
Do you have? Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry.
that's it.
Okay.
咸鸭蛋。
哎呦，没有much shit. Yeah. Do you have a fixed time to practice?
No.
How many instruments do you play?
1, 2, 3. Good at 3.
Tell us what are.
Or plucking liu qing. That was when I was 9 years old. I started to play liu qing. It's like a mandolin, so small. And then ruan, the rhythm we call Hmong guitar ruan.
Yeah.
I in college I was a minor learned that, and I was also very good at it. In the orchestra, in school, I was the principal ruan player, and their major player. The major ruan player, they're behind me.
You're ahead of them.
But as long as you play the pipa, everything is easy.
Oh, and then you play the piano too.
Yeah, but piano I can't play solo.
Oh yeah.
Just,
Okay, so if you are not a pipa player, if you're not a musician, what other profession you might land it to be?
Artist, painting, maybe, and maybe design, something still related with arts. I cannot do math.
What is your favorite dish to cook for 6 people and more?
Pork belly. 红烧肉.
Yeah. 我儿子最喜欢吃红烧肉. My son loves 红烧肉.
With a dry vegetable, like a 梅干菜.
Yeah, 干菜. Wow, 好馋.
I see. So good.
So, you travel a lot, I assume. Name 3 cities you want to revisit.
Oh gosh, definitely Paris. That's kind of but yes. I like Taipei. And 3 cities, right?
Cities.
Paris, Taipei. Oh God, not my hometown. I can't include in that. That's different. I want to go to Tashkent in Uzbek. I've been there 10 years ago, and I had a very deep impression and very first time I was there. So I really want to have chance to go back.
Great. When are you coming to New York City?
That doesn't count because that's kind of like my hometown in a
Yeah.
way, like
Yeah.
New York City and California.
Yeah. So now you have been schlepping your instrument a lot. Does any airline ask you to check your instrument?
All the time, all the time.
What do you do? Do you have a piece of paper say, "Hey, this is a violin"?
No, usually bought 2 tickets.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Just
That,
be safe.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it really depends on the person. Um, it's not the airline; it's the person.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to bring a piece of paper, says this is a violin, and a violin is okay.
Sometimes they say this is guitar. I said no, it's not guitar. So they couldn't. There's no pipa on their list. So it's really hard. And then they will measures, and then like a tiny little over longer,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
just won't let me. I said, it's a fit. So end up I just buy 2 tickets.
Wow.
Even 2 tickets, I will empty my seats and I'm still putting them in
Wow.
overhead.
Yeah.
And then, they always checking, said, where is, it's empty. I said, no, I bought a ticket. I put
That's
my,
crazy.
purse
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
next.
yeah. That's crazy. Wow. So, beer or wine?
Tea.
没出息，没出息。哎，没出息，就英文都没有这个话的啊。There's no translation for 没出息 in English.
Must be there.
没出息。
Boring.
Boring. Oh no, boring is a
Boring.
little too
Yeah,
offensive. Too
yeah.
offensive.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think I have I have all the questions. Can you think of anything I did not cover?
You covered
Any?
everything. All the audience agree with you. You covered everything. It's a chat. You cut it.
So, woman, it's been such a great pleasure to have you to chat with me and to entertain our audience. And you are a true artist and braveless and a brave and fearless and talented and everything. So you inspire me in many ways. So thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you, Ching. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Have a good
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah,
Be safe. Be
yeah,
safe. Everyone, be safe.
yeah. Everyone be safe. It's true. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for
Thank you.
watching. We are ending now, and until next time. Bye now.